No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. You know, I'm in here today with my man Remo, and I'm very excited that we're having a conversation with one of the most promising up-and-coming talents exploding out of Chicago over the last year or so, I guess. Bandz is in the building.
What's up?
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Excellent. I mean, honestly, we interview so many kind of like older, more dangerous, crustier in some situations, people from Chicago. So it feels like this is, an important link up because you've been killing it and you're not really relying on a lot of the stuff that a lot of people have used over the years to blow up out of Chicago. Yeah. Definitely. And I just got to meet your dad too. So it's a family affair in here. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool people over here.
So, how you get your name?
My name's Star. That's my first name. Then, Bandz, that's just, I like money. So, I put Bandz. It came from an Instagram name, though. So, I haven't made an Instagram and I just put Star Bandz. I never changed it. Then I just started rapping and I just kept the name now.
Did you ever ask your parents why they named you Star?
Nah, but anytime it gets brought up, my mama said she always knew I was going to be a star.
See, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. I don't feel like you don't name your daughter Star unless you really want her to believe that she could do anything with her life.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and so what part of Chicago you grew up in?
The South Suburbs. I'm from Sauk Village, Illinois.
Okay, for sure. And what was it like growing up out there? Was it pretty chill, or did you see a bunch of crazy stuff at a young age?
I can't say that, but other than that, everything else turned. Growing up out there for real, parties, all type of stuff. But it was turned though. I mean, yeah, though. That's all I can say. That's all I want to say.
I mean, a lot of people tell us that the suburbs in Chicago are pretty wild in their own right.
Yeah, for sure. Things go on out there, just like the city.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But what kind of kid were you in school, in elementary school and everything like that? Were you pretty focused on school and stuff, or were you not?
Nah, I went to school. I did my work. I was never one of them kids who be disrespectful to the teachers, though. I never understood that. Why are you going to school to be bad? Just do your work and chill. Kids be tweaking. But I ain't never been that type of kid, though.
Right. I feel that's like the difference between boys and girls. When I talk to parents, a lot of times they're like, the girls tend to just kind of fall in line and the boys always want to be rebels.
Yeah, it be like that, though. But you don't know what people got going on at home neither to why they act like that, so.
How long, so you still going to school right now, even with rap?
I do online. Yeah, I don't go in person no more.
So was it the thing where your song started taking off? You I can't keep showing up.
Yeah, I wasn't even like that. Originally, last year I blew up around April, and I was still in school, but then I started getting flew out. Labels flying me out. So at the end of the school year, I'm really not in school because I'm flying out, meeting labels and stuff. And I think I went to school for the last week to do my finals, but after that, I couldn't go back to school because I'm so busy now. I signed to a label. I got to go out of town. I got to work. So it didn't make sense.
But even before you just became so busy, was it just kind of disruptive to be in school when your music was doing so good? Like all of a sudden everybody wants to talk to you and about you? And
No, to be honest, because I had a little buzz at the crib and all that. So kids would say hey to me. People would want to be my friends, but it wasn't too big. It wasn't too bad or nothing like that. And school wasn't really in the way I would say, but I can't say I wasn't really writing while I was in school or making music for real. But I was when that blew up, I was writing that during the school year, but it took me a month to write the song. And I was in sports at school too. So I got to go to basketball practice after school. I'm tired when I get home. So I really don't got time to write no music. So it was kind of in the way, but it was still cool, though.
When did you start really working on music? When was the first time you actually made a song or got in the studio?
When I was 11, I went to the studio to rap my favorite song. I had rapped the YoungBoy song just to get the feel of the studio. And then I had fun with it. And right after that, it was quarantine. And I was in the crib bored. And I had turned 12 at that time. And the guy who took me to the studio, my mama homie, he had seen it in me, though. That's why I went to the studio in the beginning, because he wanted me to get the feel of the studio. And I was in the crib bored when I was 12, and I wrote a song, told him to come over, listen to it, and then that's how I got into it. Then I went to the studio. He took me to the studio a few days later, and I just kept doing it ever since.
Was that always your dream, though, even when you were younger? Because I remember being a little kid and picturing in my head like how cool it would be to be a rapper or to sing for a band or whatever, and just like really being able to picture it, but also having no clue what I would have to actually do to make any of that happen. Like was this basically you kind of fulfilling a dream that you already had?
Like, I can't say I did want to be a singer. I never really thought I would be a rapper. I used to sing growing up. That's what I used to do. But I never used to rap. But my mama homie, he influenced me to do it. Like, he seen it in me because my mama, she used to post me rapping songs when I was little, like 5 years old, rapping Chief Keef in the car. Yeah. So, like, people seeing that, they like, you know, she a star, this, and that. And I used to dance. That's when I used to have a little bopping going on in Chicago, all that. So she used to post me doing all that. And he seen it in me. That's why he took me to the studio. So he really encouraged me to do it. But I never wanted to really make music. But it just happened.
I assume people might think that your parents kind of like are like that they're basically like controlling your career, or like were they in any way, did your parents kind of push you to make music when you were younger? Because I feel like some people might kind of assume that, but you're saying that's not really the case?
No, they didn't push me to do it at all. I did it because I wanted to do it. Yeah. Because when I was little, like I used to always think, like, what do I want to do? Like my brother, he always used to play basketball. Like he still play basketball to this day. He always knew what he wanted to do. But it took me a minute to find out. Like, I wasn't really in sports. Like, I did basketball at school because the basketball coaches knew who my brother was and all that. So they would want me to be on the team, on the girls' basketball team. So I was really trying to discover what I wanted to do. And then rapping just fell in line with everything, for real.
That's awesome.
How long it would take you to, like, master rapper? You say you went to the studio, you did a Young Boy song, when you started going, like, records?
Yeah, I didn't really master it. It took me a while because, like, when I was starting to write music when I was 12, I didn't take it serious. I didn't call myself a rapper. I just did it when I was bored. And the day that I went to the studio to rap my first song that I wrote, the same day I came back, I wrote me a whole song that same night. Like, a whole song. It was, like, 3 minutes long. I wrote a whole song because I was so locked in with it. But I think it took me till I was, like, 14 to really lock in and call myself a rapper and just start going in for real and taking it real serious. Yeah.
Definitely.
What's the recording process like? Launching in or?
Nah, I write. Yeah, I write. Some people like go off their dome.
So you doing there with the rhymes, like reading it?
Yeah.
All right.
I come up with I do like how I do it at home. I just go in the booth and write. Then I tell the engineer, go back. Play the beat again. So I could just,
So you don't record in the crib, you just like write verses and then
I used to write at home, but now I write when I go to the studio. That way when I'm at home, I get everything done that I gotta get done when I'm at home. But when I'm in the studio, that's time for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How often are you in the studio?
A lot. Yeah, I be in the studio all the time.
Is that because the label like really wants you to, or is that just because that's the main thing that you want to do with your time?
It's both. That's what I do. I rap. So
yeah, so you're having fun anyway.
Yeah, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Because a lot of people like in the rap game will tell you that they don't really care about rapping like that, but this is just how they're getting money right now. And then you have other people where rapping is like their passion, like this is their craft, this is what they want to be great at, etc.
Yeah.
You're saying that you care about the actual art form of rapping.
Yeah, I like to do it. It's fun. All that. And like, I can't say I get tired of drill sometimes, so I go over to a different flow. Like, I always switch the topics. Like, I love different beats, all type of stuff, because I listen to all type of music, and I grew up listening to all type of music. So I know a lot of different music genres, so I could do whatever to any beat that's raw.
Did you feel like you were a drill rapper when you started? Because you kind of rap with like a drill flow, and you say little things that sort of remind me of drill rappers, but then at the same time, you're not swearing, you're not talking about any like actual real negativity or anything like that. So like, what's your perspective on that?
I didn't want to say I'm a drill rapper, but I could put myself in that category a little bit, but I feel like I do my own thing at the same time. The only way you'll call it a drill song is being aggressive while you rapping and talking stuff. But you could do that on a regular rap beat too. You could talk your stuff on a regular rap beat, but a drill beat go fast. You just had to rap.
Did you always know that you didn't want to swear in your music, or was that your parents telling you not to early on or something like that?
Nah, really, it's kind of that. But like when I said I had did the Young Boy song at the studio, he was cussing in the song. But I just didn't feel comfortable doing it. I was 11. It's adults in the studio with me. It was like 2 adults in there. And then I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. And then I want to take the song back home and have my mama listen to it and my grandma. And that would sound crazy if I'm sitting her cussing on the song. Yeah, like, you know, it doesn't make you look at you like you crazy, especially if you're 11 years old and a girl. Now, a boy doing it is kind of different. But like a girl at my age, you know.
But still, like, we look at the little, like, 12-year-old rapper kids who are, like, swearing and smoking and doing all this bad stuff. And, like, especially as you get older, it's just like, bro, this is messed up. Like, there's something really foul about this.
You just got to look at it. I be big on the image. I be watching all that though sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Because people will look at you like you're crazy.
You think it's harder since you're not cussing and stuff? Because, you know, I seen you do a song with Kai, Babe Chief do it, and they're all like cussing, and then meanwhile you're not. So like, you feel like it's harder sometimes?
Nah, it don't even be hard because that's just how I rap. So that don't be a challenge to me. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like music is all about the flow for real. As long as your flow hard and you got good wordplay, that's really all that matter.
Because my daughter is 4, and I'm always excited, like, when I see a video of, like, a young, like, skateboarder girl or, you know, whatever. Like, I just love to show her that kind of stuff, to be like, look, like, you might see dad watching videos of dudes most of the time, but, like, you can do it too. And when I saw your stuff, I was like, and especially with the no swearing, because my wife is crazy about us not, like, presenting anything with profanity in it to her and everything like that. And the realization that, like, oh, I can just play Star Bandz music in front of my kid and she'll just be hyped on it and I don't have anything to worry about. Because even like Sabrina Carpenter and, you know, Olivia Rodrigo or et cetera, like they do kind of swear, like enough that my kid will notice and start repeating it. So it kind of becomes a problem.
Exactly. But that's one thing, but then it'd be what you talk about too while you're doing it. That's another thing too. So,
because I was listening to you did a song with a Babyface E that was called No Profanity.
Yeah.
And he didn't use any profanity, but he was kind of like talking about like very adult subject matter without using any profanity. And I was like, I almost feel like this is kind of going against the purpose of the no profanity theme.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just watch what I say. Yeah, for real.
What's your relationship with Babyface E and 1UP? So I see you got multiple songs with them.
Yeah, we just started getting locked in. Me and 1UP, we made a song last summer. And then he had came to Chicago. They sent me a verse, and then he came to Chicago. We shot the video downtown. That's when we all had first met. He brought his people with him. I had my people with me. And it was just good vibes. Like, Detroit, they got good vibes out there. And then me and Babyface E, we just locked in like a few months ago. So, yeah, but they both cool. I rock with both of them, no cap.
No, definitely. I love that you got V's on that Yeah remix too. Like he killed it. And I like, it felt like he really co-signed you in that too. Like he said you were like the biggest MVP or biggest up and coming artist or something.
Yeah. That's why I had wanted him on the remix, because when me and 1UP dropped our song last summer, he was in the comments and he was like, you were my favorite rapper. He had told him I was his favorite rapper. I'm like, oh yeah, that's dope. Tough. Yeah, especially coming from just blowing up, you see everybody rock with you, getting all these cosigns. I was like, yeah, it's tough.
What was your favorite cosign that you got so far that you're like, oh yeah, I thought you would?
Herb.
That's it.
I think Polo G said my name before too. Him, JT. It's a lot of people. I ain't gonna lie.
Wow.
Herb tap in or
Herb. When did I meet Herb? I met Herb like last year, like May or June. But I just know we follow each other, but then I had met him through this label and stuff like that was trying to sign me, and they was cool people over there. But he had said my name in an interview. They had asked, like, who was the hottest people, youngest, blowing up in Chicago. He had said my name. But yeah.
That's dope, because a lot of like more established artists like Herb, like they don't really want to co-sign some random dude that they don't have any kind of connection to. But I feel like people like him and V's, they're looking at you and they're seeing you being like super genuine and positive and talented, and they just want to get behind it, you know?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
some rappers that you were influenced by. Like, who were you looking at before you started writing? Or you like, all right, I could do it too.
Young Boy, for sure. And then what girl rappers? I don't know. To say that, oh no, I'm lying. Like Baby Kaylee, I grew up listening to Baby Kaylee when I was little. She was like, I wonder if y'all probably don't know who that is.
She's from Chicago?
Nah, I don't know where she from. But she used to be like a little fat girl. She used to make music, and I was like 4 listening to her. Yeah, like she used to make music, and I would try to do it or just sing songs. I don't know. I just did it.
Like when you say you love Young Boy, it's like, are you like, especially when you were younger, are you just a fan of the music, or are you watching the little like YouTube videos about the beef and everything like that, or do you just stay focused on the music and you don't really care?
I don't too much care about it, but I'm sure everybody tuned into all that stuff because that's like interesting. You want to know what's kind of going on, but
right.
I don't really care about that. I really rock with his music though. I ain't gonna lie. And like other people from the city too, like Durk, Herb, Chief Keef, Queen Key, like people who made music from the city. So yeah.
No, definitely. That's just I wonder that sometimes because there's a lot of artists that I grew up listening to that when I read stuff about them now, I'm like, oh, I was completely oblivious when I was a little kid about what they were actually talking about or what kind of drama they had going on.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's like, ultimately the music is the important part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
How did you and Rakai get a song? I didn't know he rapped. You made him do his first song, or?
Nah, he had look, I had went on stream with him like 2 days before we did the second stream and we had made a song. But when we was in the first day when we had did the stream, he had said something about, he played a song. It was him and Wiz Khalifa. His first song was with Wiz Khalifa. That is crazy. Your first song Wiz Khalifa. That's hard. And then he had said something about making a song. I got my engineer with me right now. We can make a song right now. Da da da. Or it was like we can go to the studio because I was supposed to go to the studio after. It was something like that. But I guess their stuff was, I don't know. It wasn't going as planned. So we came back like 2 days later, and then my engineer, we had all the stuff, all the equipment, and we just did it like that.
And you were ready to just hop in the studio and make a song, or do you kind of need some time to write your verse once you hear the beat?
I was ready. I was ready. I was just there. And I ain't take it too serious, so I was just saying whatever came up to my mind.
Y'all filmed the video on stream?
Yeah, we was on stream. Yeah, we did everything on stream. We made the song on stream, then we shot the video on the stream.
That's dope.
How do you feel about like streaming culture and like all the streaming areas and?
I think it's cool. I rock with it. I ain't gonna lie. I rock with it. They be funny too.
It's kind of surprising almost to the extent to which like rappers are now just completely embedded in that world. Whereas like 4 years ago, it wasn't really like that.
Yeah. Times do change. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot now. You gotta do content now. Like rappers back then really didn't have to do all that. They just drop music. Everybody gonna tune in. But now it's like people attention span short. You gotta do content. You gotta stare in their face now. But back then, you could just drop a music video. Everybody gonna tune in.
Definitely. Do you think you would have blown up at such a young age if it wasn't for COVID? Like that kind of opened the door for you to have enough time to actually make a lot of music and stuff?
I think I had to take my time with it. So, I don't know. I don't think I would have blew up at that time though. Cause I didn't even start posting my music till like 2021. And I started making music in 2020. I started posting my music in 2021. I dropped my first song in 2022. So I wasn't really dropping nothing, posting chillers. Really, I wasn't really doing none of that.
And what was the first song you dropped? What was it called?
It was called No Hook. I had dropped it because I made a chiller. And I had dropped it on my birthday. And everybody was going crazy. I got my first 1,000 likes. And I had like 700 followers at the time. And I think I had got like 2,000 followers after that. But I had literally just the first time I made a chiller. I just wanted to announce it was my birthday. And I was having a birthday party like 2 days later. And we had a cameraman coming anyway to film the party. We wasn't even going to shoot a music video. But everybody was going crazy. And then they see my party flyer. And it was at the skating rink. They see my party flyer on my page after everybody liking it. All the Chicago blogs was posting me and everything. So when my birthday party came up like 2 days later, it was over deep in there. And I had I didn't shoot nothing. I had performed like 2 of my songs that wasn't out. And then I had performed that specific song, No Hook. And everybody on the floor, they came out on the floor while I was performing on the skating rink. Everybody came out running. And they just crowded around me. We was all rapping the song. And I had dropped the video because everybody in the video, my first song, I got 1,000 views on it. That's hard. I ain't gonna lie. Cause some people they'll have like 100 just trying to do it. So my first song I dropped, I had 1,000 views.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then how far or how soon after did the label start reaching out? Like what song got you on the radar where the label will start calling you out?
Yeah.
Now that song specifically was the one that got the label?
Yeah. Yeah. It took me a minute. I was grinding, for real. I was taking my time, perfecting my craft and all that. So it just happened. I was grinding.
Is the Yeah song you wrote for On the Radar?
Yeah.
All right, so break that story down.
Yeah, how'd you get tapped in with them?
I didn't even get tapped in with them for real. I just remember them following me in the beginning. It was like the end of 2023. I was starting school my sophomore year. I was starting my sophomore year and they had followed me and it was crazy because I was in class one day and like I said, a lot of people in the school knew I rapped and stuff like that. So I was in class and this dude, he was like, you should go on the radar. What's that? Then like a week later, they followed me. And then I was like, yeah. And then that's when I seen everybody on there, like Drake was on there and all that. And at that time, when they first started coming out, everybody who going on the radar going viral. So I was like, yeah. And then my mama had told me, she was like, for your birthday, we gonna try to go to New York and you could do On the Radar. And I was like, okay, bet. So I was on YouTube scrolling, found me a beat that was Yeah. I had found me that beat. Then I just started writing to it as soon as it came on. But it took me like a month to write it. But I had reached out to On the Radar too, but they never hit me back. So I just left it alone. And then I had a birthday party for my birthday. So I just recorded the song like 2 days before my party. Posted a trailer the day before my party. And then I shot the video at my party. So that's just how it happened.
And then they saw the video and tapped in?
Yeah, but I had wanted to make sure the song was hard. That way, if I did go on the radar, it would go viral because everybody go viral on the radar. So I had just put my all into that song and then I dropped it on my birthday and it just went viral as soon as I posted it. It was crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
Is that the longest you ever took on a song? Because you said you wrote it for a whole month.
Not really. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I be doing whatever feel right. I gotta just be in the mood for it. So every time I'm in the mood to write, I write. That's how I used to do it.
You knew that was the one, so you're like, I gotta perfect this.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, and at that time, like, I would be writing like 3 songs at one time. I'd be like, I'm tired of writing this song. I'm finna turn on this other beat, write this song. Then I'm tired of this song, I'm finna write that one. That's how I used to do it. But yeah, I knew the song was hard though.
Definitely.
Yeah, I start rapping it to everybody when they come around. Hey, listen to this song I wrote. Okay.
So your management also manages a couple of other rappers that we see you with? Is that did you tap in with them before the label?
What are the artists?
Well, I don't even know 100%, but somebody told me that you had the same management as Didi Osama and stuff, or is that not true? Oh, okay.
No, that's not true. I've been with my management though, like for like a year going on 2.
Okay.
But like other than that, like my mama, she's my manager too. My stepdad, he help out. Everybody play a role. And then my manager, he was my A&R at first. And when I got signed, that's when we started calling him my manager. But then my mom, he's like my co-manager. My mama, she my manager.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so having your parents be a big part of it, does that feel like natural to you? Or is there ever times where you're like, God, like I wish that I was traveling and doing all this stuff without my parents around? Like, what's your relationship
it's not even that bad because they cool. And, I don't really be doing much anyway. I'm just here to rap and get where I'm trying to go. So, it's not like I be trying to go out and party and they be like, no, you can't go. Like, wherever I go, they gonna slap with me and they don't be on my heels for real. And I don't be really doing much for real. But I rock with it though, because a lot of people get in the industry and they'll just meet a random person who want to be their manager and they might be trying to, be on some whole other different type of time. And so
we've seen that a million times.
Exactly. So I'm just glad my team genuine, and everybody know each other and we all, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't no random people. You feel me?
Everybody there seemed like, because I was talking to people on the scene, everybody there for you.
Exactly.
Like, trying to get something out.
Exactly. It's all genuine. We family, so.
And as a dad, though, you always kind of think that at some point your kid is going to turn 16, 17, 18, whatever it is, and just decide they don't like you anymore.
Yeah.
and that they just like, you know, want to rebel and do their own thing or whatever. But then I also assume that if you're good enough at fostering your kids' creativity or helping them in whatever kind of journey they're on, that your kid's going to see you as an ally and not somebody that they kind of have to like defeat to make it in this world.
Exactly. Yeah, it don't feel like that at all. I ain't gonna lie. It's all genuine. And they believe in me, feel me? And I got where I'm at. So it's not even like I'm not going to school and I'm not popping and I'm just trying to do something. You know, it's actually working out. So they believe in me and all that. They've been supporting me since day one.
Is it ever hard to like take yourself away from the, you know, traveling around or being in the studio to just focus on doing your schoolwork and stuff like that? Is that ever a weird balance?
Yeah, it is. I ain't gonna lie. I be trying to do it though. And I got people who be trying to help me too. Like my sister, she be trying to help me. She not my blood, but I call her my sister. But she be trying to help me and all that. So I'm glad I got people who trying to help me because they understand. Like she understand my time schedule. Like I could be saying I don't got nothing to do tomorrow and I wake up and they'll be like, you got to go do this tomorrow. And I'd be like, dang, I was finna do some schoolwork. So it do be kind of hard to balance, but I do want to finish school. So I'm going to do it. I do it whenever I can do it.
Is online school harder than doing school in real life?
I don't think so, but what I can say is at school, you don't have nothing to do but your work.
Yeah.
So it's different because you could just go there and get your work done. And you got a teacher and everybody on the same thing. But like online, you got to do it when you can. You at home, you can get distracted so easily. And then you're not even working with a class. And you got other stuff to do when you at home. You at school, it's way easier because you could go ask a teacher for a question if you need.
But also, like when you're in school, there's so many other little things that you're dealing with, you're worried about. There's kids bullying each other. There's, you know, I like this boy likes this girl, etc.
Right.
They're like, school is just this crazy fishbowl experiment of just like all these different personalities coming together. Whereas it's like doing the work on your computer, it's probably hard to like find the time to really just focus on that, but it's also kind of simple in a way without
Exactly. It is simple when you lock in, like, cause I be like that too. Like some days I be at school, I don't want to do my work, but you gotta do your work. And then like every day I'm like, yeah, I'm finna lock in today. Let me put my headphones on, listen to my music and just do my work. It be like that. Everybody got those days though. Cause every day you don't even want to be there. So it's like pros and cons, I ain't gonna lie. Because I could do my work when I want to do my work, not when I have to do it. You know what I'm saying? I could work at my own pace, but I'm still gonna get it done. Yeah.
How often do you come to California? Is this your first time out here? Or?
Nah, I came out here. The last time I was out here, I don't even remember, I ain't gonna lie. It had to be like before November though. So this my first time back this year.
What do you got planned while you're out here?
I had a show last night. We had started our tour. We on a New Wave tour right now with Diddy Osama and Shaquille D-Dot. Yesterday was the first day of the tour. Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's that like opening up for them?
It's turned. I rocked with it. I like the kids was lit though. I ain't gonna lie. It was turned up.
Was it nerve-wracking the first time you had to go out in front of a big audience, especially when like the audience might primarily be there for the other artists and you're kind of like on the bottom of the bill?
We was all on the tour. So they was those kids were there for me, D-Dot and Diddy. And then, you know, we got My Baby, that song. Everybody know that song, so we said that song.
So did you guys just went in the studio and made that song, or did somebody help you out with a hook and stuff like that? Because that song sounds like super professional and like really, really catchy.
His part, he had it out already. I hopped on the remix a year later. And they had sent me the verse. And then one day I was at the studio. It had took me a second at first because I was like, I never hopped on no song like this, never made a song like this in my life. But the day that I went to the studio to do the song, I had told the engineer to mute my mic so can't nobody hear me so I could really lock in. I didn't want to feel nervous or nothing like that. So yeah, I just went in the booth and wrote my song. And I didn't want it to sound like I dated him and all that. So before I did go in the booth, me and everybody, we had like kind of brainstormed how I was going to come on the song. So my mama started talking about like other old school songs, like they'll sound like they're trying to reject the dude. Yeah. So when I went in the booth, I just did my own thing. Everything was natural. I wrote it all by myself, my whole verse.
That's got to be awkward that everybody just assumes that you're dating anyone you do a song with, probably, right?
Yeah, it is. But you know, people going think what they want to think, man.
You're already kind of getting used to that there's all kinds of rumors and stuff that
Yeah.
you don't have anything to do with, and you're just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I don't really care. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really care. Because I know what I know. People gonna think what they want to think.
Saying that you were dating Sugar Hill, and I'm like, I seen her say she wasn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it 1,000 times, but you know, the rumor gonna be bigger than the response, so I just leave stuff alone.
Because
I
if
don't
you
really like
were,
to respond.
you would probably still deny it.
Exactly.
Just because that's just what people do. They just deny everything in this day and age, right?
No, you funny.
How do you know Lil RT?
Lil RT, I don't really know him. We just met at this 20 versus 2. It was a 20 versus 2. They had both of us be on it, and that's just how that went.
That was crazy. So all right, I did see a little bit of it. So was it you were up in?
Yeah, it was like I popped the balloon, or it was something like that. Like I tell the girl if she good for him or not, and then he tell the dude if he good for me. That's what happened.
Because wasn't this the one that we were talking about that went viral? Because it's like, why is a 11-year-old doing a 20 versus 1 or whatever? And didn't they try to say that it was trying to find friends?
At one point, so how was that experience to you? Like,
It was cool. It wasn't really too big for me. It was just kind of like, okay.
But do you worry about like what is it gonna do to your image if you're doing like stuff like the 20 versus 1 and the pranks and the live streams and interviews, etc.? Like sometimes I feel like an artist can kind of get put into this like weird meme category rather than being viewed as like an artist.
Yeah, and it did get to a point that I started saying like I really don't want to do content no more because I don't want to get put in that box. Like I really want to be a rapper. But like I said, you got to do a lot more than what you had to do back then to stay relevant.
you gotta do some content.
Exactly. To show them your personality though, like you do have to do that because people want to see how you act outside of music just so they feel like they have a relationship or they could connect with you because they see what type of person you is. Like you're a funny person, you're a cool person, you know, you trolling.
But then it's also almost like if you give them too much of yourself, then they are not going to be able to take your music as serious. They're not going to be able to hear you talk about your pain and really process it once they've watched you on a bunch of 20 versus 1 doing weird, goofy little skits and stuff like that. I feel like that's like a big consideration for artists now.
Yeah, that's definitely what I be thinking about. I just be trying to be a rapper. But you know, I don't know.
You did tell J-Main you wanted to do skits.
Yeah, I would do skits though, because that seemed fun. I be trying to do skits, like, I did like 2 skits, but if I do a skit, it's to promote me. Like, I did a skit, I had threw a birthday party. Me and my friends did a skit to promote the birthday party. And then I did another skit to promote my deluxe, to my mixtape. Them the only skits I did. And I was in like a corporate video. Like, it ain't nothing wrong with showing up sometimes. You feel me? For sure. Because people want to see that. And there's other stuff to get posted. But I definitely get what you mean. When it's too much, then it be like, they put you in that box and they're not going to take you serious.
Like an artist, doing interviews is definitely like part of being an artist. But when you see an artist who's just seeming like they want to do every interview and they're just constantly doing interviews over and over and over, it's just kind of hard for people to necessarily be like, oh, they got an album out. I want to hear what they got to say because I already heard what you got to say over and over and over, you know?
Right.
Definitely. Okay, in terms of female rappers, who do you look at as the ones that have influenced you the most or given you influence?
Lotto. Because she was in a rap game when she was a shorty.
She's a new school goat.
Yeah, and now she, you know, it took a minute, but she where she at now because she started when she was young. That's inspiration for real. Yeah.
That's dope. I bet she'll be hyped to hear that. What about like, Nicki Minaj, from my perspective, like the most successful female rapper of all time.
Yes,
are
Nicki
you a student
Minaj.
of her as well?
Yes, Nicki Minaj. She got some good music. And she's Nicki Minaj. And she has a great image. Like, I went to her concert before.
Really?
This was like right before I blew up too. And I was like, I'm going to be like her one day. I'm going to be on the crowd like that. Like, it was filled up in there. Like, the whole arena was singing her songs. It was very inspirational.
What type of music your mom was listening to that might have influenced you, you know?
She listened to like Janae Eiko. She listened to a lot of people. A lot of R&B, all that. She listened to a lot of music.
You ever tried to make that kind of music?
Yeah. I be trying. I want to do a whole lot. That's why I be trying to see what I could do. I be trying to expand my craft. I be getting like a little bored of doing the same thing over and over again because I be like, you know, Let me try something new. I
Like-
do whatever feel right.
When I was watching the video with you and V's for a second, you pull out a guitar and then you smashed it. But for a second, I was like, oh, what? Like, she's about to play guitar on this song? And I was like, okay, never mind. But is that, like, are you into any other genres of music outside of rap and R&B?
I be trying to get into, like, just, like, you know, like, how Ed Sheeran is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, stuff like that. Because I grew up listening to that type of stuff. My cousin, he used to play the guitar, and like I said, I used to sing when I was little. So he'll play the guitar, then I sing like a Ed Sheeran song or a Shawn Mendes song or Justin Bieber, like stuff like that. So I definitely told myself I want to learn how to play the guitar. Yeah, I want to learn how to do that. I think that'd be fun to learn.
Take some lessons and get good at it.
Yeah.
Before you signed your deal, what other labels were reaching out to you?
It was a lot. It was.
Well, you said they were flying y'all out back and forth.
Yeah, it was back and forth. Who can I remember? I met QC, Interscope. I met Atlantic Records. I met a lot. I can't even think about it on top of my head. I met 300. I met a lot of labels. I met a lot.
What made you choose the label that you went with?
It was a good deal, and the people was genuine. I met the teams and all that, and they seemed like good people and people I could connect with and get along with. So I went with them.
It was that too.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of times it's kind of hard to make that decision too, though, because you go meet with these labels and you base your decision off of who you like the most and who you get along with the most. But the truth is that some label employees, they might not be there a year from there, et cetera. So you kind of have to make the decision based on like whose business seems like it's the most on point, which is kind of hard to decipher, especially when you're young.
Exactly. Especially when you're young, but when you never did it before too. So you really like, you know, coming from where you come from, there's something you ain't never seen before. So now your mind kind of racing. You like, hold on, what's going on? You gotta like observe everything that's happening because you ain't never seen nothing like that before. So it's, but it was good though. It was good though. It all went good. Definitely.
Who's better, Cardi B or Nicki Minaj?
I like both.
There you go. That's that good media training right there. Hell yeah.
What was it like performing at Lil Durk's last show?
It was turned. I really loved that. I ain't gonna lie. Like, just having Durk, I look at my Instagram, Durk hit my line. He like, I want you to open up for my birthday bash.
That's awesome.
Oh, he say October 21st, something like that. I'm, what? Durk? That's crazy. So I really liked it though. It was turned up and that was my city. So when I came on the stage, of course they knew my music. It was turned up and that was like the biggest arena, the first arena I ever performed in, all type of stuff. So it was a new experience, but it was.
Celebrities there, who all you meet behind the stage?
Who all did I meet? I met like the people he be with. I met like Duty Low. That's who I can remember that I met. I think NLE Chopper, I met him now. I don't know. No, I met him at Big Jam. That's all I can remember. I don't know if everybody else, like the big people, I didn't even know they was there until they came out after him. When Durk came out and then all the big people started coming out, or they came out before him. It was something like that, but I didn't know that they was that at all. Like Lil Baby came out, Sexy Red. It was a whole lot of rappers. I did not see them backstage though.
I was going to ask you before how nerve-wracking it is just performing live in front of a couple hundred people or whatever, but performing in front of a huge stadium like that.
Right.
Was that like, were you sick to your stomach beforehand?
I was kind of nervous, but I be like that though. But when you get on the stage and your song, when I get on the stage, my song come on,
you just go for it?
Yeah, it just be whatever. I just do what I came to do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So when you rap about your ops, who are you talking about?
I don't know.
Does anyone who's against you? It's not like a specific group of people.
Exactly.
People hating on Facebook?
Yeah.
Is that real? Because it feels like everybody I know is like a big supporter of you, and everybody seems like they want to get behind you and stuff. But does it feel like there is like a group of people out there that are kind of against you just because maybe they grew up around you and they don't like to see you winning?
I don't know. I ain't really too much worried about them though. For sure.
That's a good answer. I feel it.
How you feel about the Chief Keef comparison? You know, you started at 16, little 16. I be seeing people in comments saying like, "Oh, this girl salsa."
Yeah, I rock with that though. That's a good way to put it too. I ain't gonna lie, cause I grew up listening to Chief Keef, so it's like I think a lot of that though, like just people who blew up young and still got it going, that's real inspiration. That just show that you could do it, you know what I'm saying? So I want to show kids that too. Be a good inspiration on them and a good influence at the same time.
What would be your dream feature you can work with any artist?
Young boy.
What's your dream? Like out of everybody, just young boy?
What about female artists?
Nicki Minaj. Or Cardi B. Or female, I don't know. Glorilla, Lotto. That's really, yeah. There's a lot of big artists that's real hard.
So many like girls popping up these days, you know.
Yeah.
It's
How would you do it? Would you want to like be in the studio, or you just send them records over? Like you got songs that you know?
I feel like I make better songs when it's in person. I think I do because we both feel what type of vibe we on. Like that's how it was with One Up T and Babyface E. Like we in the same studio and we all on the same vibe. Like I could send you something, but you might not be on that type of vibe. But when we together, we could just brainstorm what's finna happen. You know, or we all feeling the same beat that come on. We be like, yeah, let's hop on the beat.
So the No Profanity song though, was that like you were in the studio with him?
No, that's the first song I got with him. So that song right there, he had sent it over. He had told me he got a song that was for me.
But was that like a conversation between you and him? Like, hey, I don't do music with swearing in it, like beforehand, or did he just?
Nah, he just sent it to me. We ain't even follow each other at the time. He just had sent it to me on Instagram. He texted me on Instagram. He had told me he had a verse for me, and I told him to send it through so I could hear it. And then the beat was hard to kind of sound like yeah. So it was like a good, you know. But then like No Profanity was all in the studio. We all picked the same beat. Like it was just everything just fell in line. Yeah.
The song a little taller. Right.
Yeah.
So that was one of the songs where it was sent in.
Yeah, I sent that song through.
Oh, y'all shot a video too.
Yeah, we shot it in Miami. It was turned. I rocked with it. And it was just in Miami. I don't know. It was cool.
What's your favorite cities to travel to now that you've been traveling, rapper stuff?
I like Vegas. And I like Miami.
Why Vegas?
I don't know. Vegas is hard. I never went out there for business, though. So let me scratch that off the list.
But that's kind of funny because she likes Vegas, but like you can't really do any of the Vegas
That's what they
things.
be saying. I don't take interest in all that stuff, though, if I'm being honest.
Like Vegas that you like?
It's pretty out there. It's hot out there. You could go sightseeing. You could walk on the strip. You could still see everything that everybody else see. They got like wax museums out there. That's really wild to me how they do that because it look like a person for real. That's crazy.
That's so dope. But honestly, like gambling, huge waste of your time.
Yeah.
Drinking, huge waste of your time. The further you stay away from all that stuff, the better your life
Yeah,
will be.
I was just thinking about the other day. I'm gambling, bro. You're gambling your money, bro. Like, you might not even make it back. And what is your point of doing that?
No, you are not. Like, in the long run, you are not going to make it back because every single game in the casino is set for them to have a big butt advantage. The big advantage.
Yeah.
Like, where they want you. They're not like, they don't run this huge operation to just like kind of maybe win a little bit. You know,
Right.
it's like it's set so that they win in the long run. And
Right.
it's just like a huge waste of time that I see people get into, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. But okay, the J Main connection. What was it like doing an interview with him and stuff? Was it weird meeting him after I assume you had seen him all over the internet for years?
No, it wasn't weird. It was just like, I don't know, that just had me though now. Cause I was just watching this person on YouTube. Now they in my face and they know exactly who I am. But other than that, it was all cool vibes. We had me, my team, and him, went to go get some food after the interview too. We went to this soul food restaurant. We were just sitting out there chopping it up and stuff like that. But it was a cool interview. Yeah.
That's dope.
You don't get starstruck around anybody? Like,
No, not really. Nothing I could think of. But when I'm around people though that I never met before and I know who they are, I just be sitting back chilling at first. Like some people be like all hype and stuff and be like, what's up? I say what's up, but I chill. Cause you know, I don't be doing too much. But like once I get used to people being around people, it could be anybody. Then I start, you know. Yeah.
Definitely. What like are you famous enough at this point that you are careful about how you're moving around, or does it not really feel like that yet?
It don't really feel like that yet. I still going to the mall by myself. I ain't gonna lie. But I picked the right time though. And I put on a mask or something if I need to slide to the mall real quick. I put on a mask or I go to the mall when they first open up. Don't be taking notes if you be at the mall. Don't be trying to look for me. But
No, that's real. Because like I be going to the mall like it's super normal, and then recently like we had to go to the mall on like a Friday night, and it was definitely a different vibe. I was like,
Yeah.
there's way more No Jumper fans in this place right now.
yeah, it be like that. Then it be people who notice you. They don't say nothing. Then one person say something, not everybody finna come like ants. I be like, bro, let me get out of here. It be like that though. Just happy.
Definitely. So, what's your Chicago? This is normally a question Remo asks. I'll let you do it.
What's your Chicago Mount? You had to like put 4 to 5 people on there, like best artists to ever come out of Chicago.
Durk. Herb. Polo G. And Chief Keef.
That's a solid 4.
Mhm.
Okay.
Solid 4.
Especially
Yeah.
for your generation, you know, Kanye feels like a very long
Yeah,
time
back
ago.
then, bro.
He's had a few weird career twists and turns since then.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so where do you see, like, what do you see yourself as needing to do to get your career to the next level? Like, do you feel like you're kind of chasing a big record, or from your perspective, you just get in the studio and just see what happens?
I be trying to. I noticed every song that I got that's a big song, I didn't overthink it or try too hard on it, you know? So it was just having fun, being myself, and not really thinking too hard on the songs. Be like, I want this to be a hit. I want this to be a hit. But I make songs. I don't just be making songs and they be sounding bad, but I do what feels right. So I don't be trying too hard, but right now I want to make a hit album or something. Like, that's really something on my list. I really want to do that. But make some big songs too. I want to get like plaques and stuff like that. I want to do all that and some trophies.
When you dropping the album?
I'm gonna drop an album this summer. Yeah,
Name for it?
not yet. I'm still thinking about it.
Any features?
We getting now. Yeah, we working on it.
Last night I added and 4 Deep to the playlist.
Yeah,
In part because I really want to play them for my kid next time I see her, but in general, they made it to my actual playlist, which is very rare that I interview somebody where the songs make it to the playlist. So.
I ain't gonna lie. 4 Deep, like one of my favorite songs I got out. That was my favorite song. Like as soon as I made it at the studio, I was listening to it every day till it came out, and I probably had it like 2 months before it came out. That was my favorite song that I got.
Do you consider that song to have a hook? Like when you switch it up and your voice kind of changes and you change your flow?
I feel like that was the hook.
Okay.
I just did it because it felt right. And I was like, just put it on again.
I was listening to it like, this is hard. I wonder if there's going to be a hook. And then you did it, but you did it in kind of a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to see what I could do because the beat kind of changed like that. So I just did what felt right. I told the engineer to put some auto-tune on it, and I had started harmonizing. And then I just came up with that little hook.
Definitely. I wanted to ask this. You're half Mexican and half black?
Yeah, and I'm white too.
Oh, a little bit of white too. Wow,
Yeah.
you could appeal to everybody. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah. Do you feel like that makes you have a wider fan base, or do you think it just doesn't really matter?
I don't think that really matters, but I mean, it might. I don't know. Cause I got like white cousins, black cousins, Mexican cousins, all that. And they stay in different areas. So like they'll like tell their friends that I'm their cousin, they won't believe them. But I kind of feel like that does reach down. I feel like it kind of does. I feel like if I seen a rapper who is mixed with all 3 things or whatever like that, I would want to tune into that because that's just, they relate to you somehow.
Definitely.
FaceTime you making you prove that that's your people.
Exactly. Something like that. I don't know though.
So what race do you consider yourself? Like which one do you feel most closely affiliated with?
I think I'm more black than anything. I'm 50% black,
Got it.
25. So definitely that. Yeah.
For sure. Okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I don't know. I'm gonna see where it take me, but I'm gonna be way bigger than what I am now, way more successful than what I am now. I'm gonna be where I want to be at in life. 5 years, that's enough time.
For sure. Anything else? Feel like that's pretty good.
I see the potential. I think you're gonna be a huge star in 5 years.
Yeah,
We gotta do
thank
this
you.
again in a couple years.
Yeah, we do. Got to come back.
For
See
sure.
what it's coming.
Yeah, keep the music going. I can't wait to show my kid your music when I see her later. But it's it's good to have something kind of wholesome coming out, and especially with the no swearing, because that's a big thing in my household. My girl is really on my case whenever I'd be playing music with swearing around her.
Yeah. It's good though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I really like making music like that because you can go to schools and play my music and all that. Cause I was just at my little sister. She had a sneaker ball at school. All the kids seen me. I had went to school with her so she could do her little sneaker ball. We was all matching. And then as soon as I walked in the door, kids started running up to me. Then the DJ started playing my music. And we just all turned up in there. So I like it though. The kids could listen to it. The adults could listen to it. It's just everybody could listen to my music.
But there's gonna be one day where you're like 20 and you're just like, you know what? I'm saying the F word on this song. I gotta say it.
I don't know.
No?
Probably not. We're gonna see.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. All right, yo, Star Bandz, we're all very proud of you and the moves that you've been making and everything. Definitely
Thank
a good
you.
influence on the youth.
Thank you.
Shout out to you. Anything you need from us, just let us know and just keep going up.
Bet. Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you. Thank you very much to Remo and my man Donnie on the boards. No Jumper, Star Bandz, coolest podcast in the world. Like, comment, subscribe. We out.